I don't like to talk about guns because I, I sit on the fence about it. um, on one hand, I really like the idea about defending yourself and putting responsibility for yourself in your own hands, but then again, I think, some people, they're so dumb, they don't know how to operate anything. They're not going to take a class or do anything. And it's like, we don't want a bunch of dumbasses. So, I guess, then again, maybe the dumbasses have the right to have it. But I noticed that I'm on both sides. Like, I like what everybody says, but more often I'm starting to realize things that make sense about it. And I don't like talking about it because I don't like putting a whole lot of 2 cents into it. But I accidentally went to a site Policy Mic Policy Mic MIC, and I noticed that about half of their, let me look at their site again. It looks like a news place: politics, arts and entertainment, identities, do rich donors really buy electronics? These stunning maps say it all. 5 Obamacare facts that prove that healthcare.gov problems are just the beginning. The cops have Toronto Major Rob Ford's track video. I'm just naming some things that they have. I'm going to click on the Obamacare because they have very deceiving Here it says they're fighting off allegations of American diplomatic missions to Benghazi, Fast and Furious operations that armed Mexico drug lords, NSA spying, So they start off with that. So and then they say the same thing Alex Jones says. Some conspiracy buffs speculate that Obama will coward and pivot, or use that to pivot towards a single-payer, government-sponsored healthcare system. It is a little far-fetched to think that Obama's plan would be to change to complete socialized medicine in the United States. So that's kind of weird that they start off with. It makes me wonder, and then like I look at their other thing, and I notice that there's all these like things about guns, and it says here like a majority of people agree with gun ban and more background checks and more and ammo ban. And it reminds me of that Sign the Zombie petition by Mark Dice, where they're like, most Americans approve of banning ammo and having a gun prohibition. It's called gun prohibition, like alcohol prohibition, gun prohibition. And so this ad here is saying that it's like this place, Policy Me, approves of an ammo background check. And then there's like 5 ads of weird shit like Obamacare and this and that, and then like 5 of them are all about guns. And I'm like, I don't like to talk about guns because I don't know what to think about it a whole lot, but when I see like half of the shit they're attacking on this website, Policy Me, is they're like trying to make people believe that like ammo bans are good and different things. And plus that's like fear-mongering. It's like people don't want something until they can't have it, so they're like they're really not going to ban anything, but they make a lot of money selling it. So it's like they know how to push your buttons and make you go out and spend your money. And that's why I sit on the fence, because I know this is all a ploy to get you to buy into this and to open your wallets and to spend money that you need for diapers on an AR-15 instead. And so that's why I sit on the fence, because I don't want to waste money during a crisis on overpriced stuff, because they keep saying they're going to ban it every 5 minutes, and they're doing that so they make you buy it. It's like the ad should say, the stocks at the gun stores are starting to stockpile, and they're not selling as much as they would like to. So they told us, if we told you, if they paid us and said, if we told you there's going to be a gun ban, you're going to freak out and rush down there again and buy everything. So as long as we keep you in a perpetual fear of buying, and it's like, I can only imagine that the second, like there was a housing market crash, then there's going to be a gun market crash, where everybody realizes they bought stuff that they don't need, and there's going to be a day when that day comes, that's when the gun stores shut down, because then there's a backwards influx of guns coming back into the market where people realize, I don't fucking need these things, they don't do any good, they're only made for killing shit and blowing holes and stuff. It's a very destructive thing. The gun is not a hammer where you can build a thing. It's not a dual purpose item. Like a knife can at least whittle something. A gun is a gun, and that's all it's ever going to be. And it serves a purpose. It has a time and a place and everything. And and I really like the controversy, because with Alex Jones, he's like, 1776, well, he's like, Hitler took the guns, Stalin took the guns, Mao took the guns. And he's like, he gets mad, and I'm like, wow, I really like that. Like, that is the best, coolest thing I've ever seen in my life. but it's like poking a mean ass raccoon with a stick, and it's like, I'm gonna take your guns, and it's like and it's like, it's just this little raccoon. It ain't gonna fucking hurt me. Like, I'll kick it across the room. But it's like mean as fuck, and it's like I poke it. Like, I don't want to like hurt it, but it's like you just poke it, and it's like, and you're like, okay. And it's like, that's like Alex Jones. Like, and the stick is just saying you're gonna take his guns, and he's like, and I respect that because it's kind of funny. It makes sense. It's like it's protecting itself. And it's like, imagine if the raccoon had a gun and it was like, and every time he poked it with the stick, it would like hold its gun up, like I'm not gonna shoot you, but and you're like, wow, you're a pussy fucking bitch. Because you know what? There's too many fucking zombies in this planet for anything to make sense, dude. Like, you are overrun with zombies. You know, just in a zombie movie, it's like there's 100,000 zombies per survivor. It's like, that's your life every day. That's your everyday life. If you think, if you can breathe at all and have some sense at all, it's like, for every one of you, there's 100,000 just mindless lemming zombies. Real life zombies. And if you don't see them, then you're definitely one of them. So good job for you. You're one of those fucking mindless zombies, and you don't even fucking know it. Because you can't see anything any different than what you already see. I'm actually for a gun ban. And I'll tell you why. Because I think Alex Jones is just a cop. That's why. He's like, when he says, like, Janet Napolitano, she has guns, but she wants to take everybody else's. It's like, that's kind of how I get the impression. Like, Alex Jones, that's his secret skeletons in the closet. Like, he wants them. He don't want you to have them either. And he's not going to say that. He has to pretend. He has to sell out and sensationalize. Because he knows he's a nobody. So he has to lie his way to some kind of credibility. Because he's just a big pile of shit. He doesn't work for MSNBC, so he's trying to make something out of nothing, which is basically never going to happen. Because you have to work for the corporation in order to succeed. And that's why these people are zombies, and that's why they work for a corporation, and that's why they will die for the corporation, and that's why I Can Ride My Bike with No Handlebars has two signs. One is like C for corporation, and then one is like a bird for like peace and just freedom and shit, and then they go the other way, and then they meet, and then they clash, and then you die. Because just like they say in the fucking movie, it's like they're mowing you down. They're gonna mow you down. They have the guns, you don't. And you can't do anything with your guns. They will ELF beam you. A motherfucker wrote ELF on a shotgun and went nuts. That's because you think your shotgun saves your life. It's like they'll just fucking beam you and make you use that. There is no protection against that type of weapon. They really do have that. They can just make you fucking crazy if they want it. And I'll tell you, it's hard to go crazy without an AR-15. So they're telling everybody, get AR-15s, because they're about ready to beam everybody and create a self-fulfilling prophecy. So you know what? It might not be a good idea to go buy an AR-15 if they're planning on beaming you and making you go crazy with it. Because at least then, it's almost like damn near impossible to really cause any major problem. Like, what are you gonna do? Crash your car into a wall? They don't really give a fucking shit. They can't use that to take guns. If you got a butcher knife and ran down the street waving it, oh my god, they're gonna ban butcher knives. No, nothing's gonna fucking happen. They'll fucking shoot you, tase you. To really burst your fucking bubble, they need you to go buy an AR-15. That's why they're hyping it. That's why they want everybody to have them. So when they fucking beam you, they want you to kill. They want the population lowered. And they know what they're doing. Then once they get what they want, you didn't even hear what Obama said. He said, and for all you good old boys, don't even think about it. He said, drone strike. You won't even see it coming. I already seen him doing it. I seen a drone fly over me and fucking like strike somebody and everything. And I was like, I wonder if I'll see this shit on the news. I turn on the news and they're like, drones in America are allowed now. And I'm like, that's strange. I see a drone and I'm like, hey, I want to see if it's on the news at least. And it's like, they didn't talk about it, but they said drones are now in America. And I said, oh, okay, so I seen a drone, and then now, yeah, they're admitting, yeah, drones are now in America, you might see them. And then Obama's like, no, we're going to use them to take guns. And it's like, yeah, that's what I really want. Because when they use the satellites to look through the window, and I'm sitting there with an AR-15, they just drop a bomb on it. That's not, it hasn't come to that yet, but the system is set up to where they push a button and it all can go down. I mean, that doesn't mean it sends out a million missiles, but it activates. Their system's set up. It's not, it's on, but it's like half on. And it's like they hit a button, and when it fully engages, and it tracks and traces and monitors everybody, everything, your cell phone, everything, the TSA's, NSA is already spying on everybody. They have keywords. Gun is a keyword. AR-15 is a keyword. They'll activate that, and if you're like on the phone, like, yeah, I have an AR-15, it's like, beam it out, get the guidance, satellite missiles, and it's like, we're not there yet, but they flip a switch, and that's it. You're already there. And what I've always said is, if they ban them, you better throw it out in the middle of the street and just be like, whatever, it's out there. Like, throw it out your window in the street, far away from your house, and just, I wouldn't even say it's yours. They might be able to trace it back to you. Just be like, I don't even know. That's not mine. I don't know. Call them in, stolen, do something, like they said. But you don't want to be caught. If they did ban it, I don't think they want to necessarily. They do and they don't. They benefit from both sides either way. They don't care. They don't, because part of what they want is they want you to get beamed and lower the population, even though they're not really doing it a whole lot. That's the thing. I call it the deception when nothing's happening. Like, when you turn on the news and it's like there's no real news. It's like, because actually what's really going on is there's some really fucked up shit going on, and they just want to keep you placid and buying things and happy. They don't want to upset you too much. Maybe to go to the gun store and buy some things, but not enough to where you'll actually pick it up and be ready to go. And even if you did, they're ready for that too. I'll tell you something. TSA workers are zombies. They have plenty of mindless zombies that are ready and willing and very able to put you in a gas chamber and kill you. And you live in this fantasy where that'll never happen. They're already doing it. TSA is already there waiting, implementing what they're going to do, putting you in little chambers, doing things to you, scanning you, body scanning you, sticking their fingers in you. Those people are all zombies. Alex Jones totally explains how the TSA really is. And when you look at them, they're fucking just zombies, dude. And they have 1 million of them. 1 million people just dying to do anything for $1. And then that power that they get. They also get off on the power. It's a whole dystopian, lobotomized mindset, like a George Orwell thought police. It has a likeness. It's the only thing I can really liken it to. And so they want you not able to give a fuck. And then if you did, they're just going to use that to make you look bad. As a type of gaslighting. Like, oh, you don't like it when we take all your rights and all your money and all your shit. You don't like that? Well, you're fucking crazy. You don't like stupid? You're crazy. And the TSA's stupid. They hire the dumbest people on purpose. The people that will just put up with it and get paid to do it. And then like it. And then get off on it. And go, oh my God. They just gave me power to be a zombie. Oh my God, I'm a zombie and I have the power to be a fucking crazy zombie. Like, oh my God, I love it. And it's like, hello, your AR-15, there's 10,000 of TSA workers for every one of you. I bet you didn't know that. You think you're special? You think you own an AR-15? Well, there's 100,000. I don't know what numbers I said. It's 100,000. That number was made a long time ago. 20 years ago, it was that. It's doubled or more since then. So you're saying, like, in real life, real numbers, really trying to calculate the severity of the situation. How fucked are we? For every one of you that can think, for everyone that's not a zombie, there's 100,000 other zombies. They know that. They know you're fucked. That's how fucked you are. 100,000, and that's conservative numbers there. In reality, it's like 200,000. At least. It's at least doubled since then. Or more. But from what I know, if you're real, if you are a real person, not even though like these people are fake, like they look real, they're not, they're fake. For every real person, there's 100,000 fake TSA bitch workers. You know, I seen this thing. You know, they had like these balls, and they are using it as an example. They're like, the government is a ball. The government, say you put all the workers of the government and the TSA together, they would equal a ball this big in comparison to all the just the civilians. Or like, say that was a ball that big. In comparison, the government workers and the police are that big. So we outpower them. We outnumber them. No. No, it's actually the other way around. If this is the people that want to just live a good life and free of tyranny and bullshit and just want to, be happy or something. The pursuit of happiness. That's what America was told. We're on the pursuit of happiness. It's all good. And it's like that only makes a very few amount of people. And because all the rest of them are zombies, and they know that. The government knows that they turned this into a big mass of zombies. So that's the problem there, is if this is how many just regular people there are, that's how many zombies there are. That's how many dumb TSA workers there are. That's how we live in a panopticon prison planet. A panopticon prison. They are the zombies. And then the government's this big. Okay? Then you have this many people within that have any free will, freedom, or anything. The individual, or whatever, or a family. They want to break up the family so they can destroy it and make it. One way to destroy a nation is by their money and their resource, and that's exactly what they're doing. They're destroying our infrastructure, our ability to produce, consume, and we're suffering from financial market collapses. They're inflating the dollar. There's a deficit, and they keep printing trillions and trillions of dollars to try to make up for it, and that's making your dollar worthless. If they devalue the dollar 50% by printing more, your dollar is now worth like 50 cents, and they keep doing that over and over and over. And they keep saying, like, we're holding it back, we're trying not to, but we have to print a little bit of money here and there, and in 10 years, 10 years from now, your dollar will be worth 10 cents now. Like, whatever you can buy with 10 cents now, in 10 years, that's how much you'll be able to buy with $1. So that's why they say get gold assets and stuff, but that's retarded to me. It's like land and farming, and if milk is going to cost $100 a gallon, you're going to want a cow, because you're not going to be able to buy milk. But if you have a cow, it comes freely out of the cow. Like, I've heard money doesn't grow on trees, but in my brain, I see dollar bills on those fucking trees. Like an apple. Boom. Money did grow on trees. So I think people must be really fucking brain dead. If they don't think money grows on trees, then they're fucking brain dead, because it does. But when they have the fear-mongering about the guns, I buy into it, because I'm a lemming. But then I know that's a lemming. It's total lemming. It's how to catch yourself. And you're like, I'm following the herd. What do you think I'm doing? I'm following the herd. La, 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 la. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. I know what this is. This is the lemming thing. What do you think that means? That means they did it. They purposely was like, on your mark, get set, go, gun ban. Everybody race to the store and buy it. And so now all the gun shop owners are really fucking happy now. Thanks. They kept wondering. They were sitting there like looking around, and there's like just guns hanging from the ceiling and just fucking just guns everywhere. And they're like, nobody really comes in here anymore. We got a lot of shit. And they're just looking around like, fuck, how many do you think we got? Like 30,000? Yeah. Man, ain't nobody even been in here in 6 months. What are we gonna do? There's gonna be a gun ban. And then a flood comes in and goes, and they're like, wow. Like we were fucking just stuffed full, and then it went pooh, and we're like, look at all this fucking money. Holy shit. Like, what are we gonna do? Let's buy Cadillac. Well, there's new 410 horsepower. Like, I don't know. Well, we got enough money here. We could do it. And they're like, whoa, motherfucker. I'm a lemon. I get money. And then we're all like, I want to be rich. I want to sell things to lemmings in weird ways. The news tells them when to buy. Here's the secret. Try to figure out what the news is going to talk about. Like, it's not on the TV yet, but you know tomorrow they're going to talk about duct tape. So you know, hey, if I invest in duct tape a lot today, and tomorrow they're going to be talking about duct tape, and that subconsciously is going to make people buy a whole shit ton of duct tape. They're going to say, oh my god, there's a duct tape ban. There's a duct tape ban. And so you know, people are going to be buying shit tons because the news said something about duct tape, and now everybody's like, oh my god, I gotta have duct tape. And so you know, hey, buy it today because tomorrow they're going to be talking about it. Then tomorrow it goes, then you're like, oh shit, I bought the stocks for $20 and now they're worth $20,000 each. Sell them all. Oh shit, I'm fucking rich. And now you know how TV works. Follow the trends. And what sets the trends? The TV does. There's nothing else. The TV sets all the trends. There are no trends until the TV turns on and tells you what trend there is. And if you see that trend and say, okay, now I can make money by selling that trend. That's how you make money. That's how you become Jay-Z. That's how you join the Illuminati. Is you do the trends and you make the money on the end. See, there's the lemmings, and then there's the people that make money on the lemmings. And so the people that make money on the lemmings are like, lemmings, you need to buy duct tape. And whether they don't even have to tell them. They can just say duct tape, duct tape, duct tape, duct tape, duct tape, and they're going to go buy duct tape. If the TV said duct tape 5 times, And one day, they're going to buy duct tape. They're going to say, I've been thinking about duct tape. I heard it somewhere. I think I'm going to buy me some. It's like the state of mind where the woman didn't even own a dog, but she bought dog food because she liked the dog food commercial. And the husband came home and there's a 50-pound bag of dog food, and he's like, why did you buy that? And she's like, because I really liked the commercial and it made me want dog food. And then so they researched and found out that the dog food commercial had subliminal adverts in it. And it was like well known that it had subliminal shit in it. And they know when people watch TV, they zone out and they go into a subliminal like trance where they're hypnotized. And things are just programmed into them. What to buy, what to dress, how to dress. Then they need to be asserted in that belief, in a false belief. They have to be asserted in that false beliefs. And that happens through the regurgitation of the mindless propaganda and the social manipulation and the peer pressure. You're not allowed to make sense. I better go. Bombs could fly through my ceiling at any time. I'm making sense now, and that's a thought crime. That's a hate speech right there.